Hello, I'm Andy.
And I'm Evan.
And together,
we're the Deplorable General.
We're doing a review today of the Stinger Tools Tactical Whip. That's what Evan has in his hand right here. We've talked about this on the show a little bit, and we kind of first wanted to start off with the concept of it all. Where's that baton at?
Oh, right here.
So, this is an ASP baton, okay? This is what the police carry in a lot of departments. Expandable baton. It's stainless steel construction, and for the most part, it's effective. It's an effective tool. However, when using this as a tool for self-defense, you run into a couple of different troubles. First of all, if you're not trained to use this, you can really hurt somebody. If you hit somebody in the head with this, you could kill them. If you hit them at the wrong part of the chest with this, you could kill them.
And it's very front heavy too.
Yeah, and this is not something that is comfortable to keep in your pocket per se. This is not a great self-defense tool. And if you use it improperly, you could end up, like I said, you could kill somebody, or you could end up going to jail. In some states, you can't own or carry these without the proper training. So this baton,
and I want to demonstrate something real quick. You gotta put it on something.
Yep. So it's really tough. It's easy to deploy, but it's tough to put back into the body of the baton. All in all, these run you about $60. And like I said, in a lot of states, you cannot carry these unless you're law enforcement or unless you have some sort of certification. Now, the Stinger Tactical Whip that we were reviewing today is, I think, a far better option for self-defense, and I think it's something that the average person can carry. You can actually carry it in most states. Check your laws before you decide to carry this item, but it is a highly effective tool for self-defense. So what we have is, I got some specs here. It's a 7.5-inch stainless steel cable wrapped in a plastic rubber sheath to kind of preserve the longevity of it. It is drilled and synced into a Kubaton that has a glass breaker on the tip. You want to pull it up to the camera? So,
and that's carbide, guys. That's a carbide tip on there, and you can also use that for self-defense.
Yeah, pressure points. You know, it's a great tool. A Kubaton, if you have the skills in pressure points and things like that,
brachial nerve
here is going to be your best friend. Okay.
You can place that right on your brachial nerve, and you can control that.
Yeah. Now, if you're not versed in self-defense techniques with pressure points and things like that, then this is not that part of this is not necessarily going to benefit you as well. But that's one thing that we highly suggest that you learn is pressure points, because that's one set of techniques that you can easily control somebody with. Somebody who's got violence against you, you're able to take this and apply it to a pressure point and cause them to submit, basically.
Guys, I want you to know we went hard on this. Me and George, one of our viewers, went very hard on this on some shrubbery, and all it did was just crack some of the plastic. But I mean, guys, this is not by any means a weak tool.
No.
I mean,
very well built. The Kubaton itself is 6 3/4 inches. It's light. It has, I mean, when you carry it, you can hardly tell that you're carrying it. There's a couple of ways that you can carry it, and so Evan showed one where you're able to run it through your belt loops, and then you can hook it on your belt buckle, which I'm not wearing a belt with a belt buckle at this point, but you get the point that you could hook the Kubaton onto your belt buckle, have this run around your belt loops, and then you could just pull it out. and go to town. The other option is to actually put it down your pant leg, and I don't know if this is going to work with shorts on. It would probably work a little bit better for Evan with pants on. But anyway, you could slide this right into your waistline,
and it works.
and you could take the cable down your pant leg, and
You don't even know you got it.
if you adjust it right, you can't even tell. Again, deployment, simple. Got hung up my shirt a little bit there, but I haven't practiced much with this. So there's several ways that you can carry this. Okay. The other option is to simply fold it in half like this and stick it in your pocket. Pull it out of your pocket just like that, and that's easy to deploy. So just to give you an idea, this right here is locust. Okay. This is a tree in my backyard that we've been working on cutting up. This is one of the hardest woods that there is. And you can just see it pulls right into the bark here, and you can really feel the force in it. Again, you know, this thing holds up very well. There is a little bit of fraying up here from when Evan was going to town on some bushes with it, but as far as I'm concerned, that's only going to help if you're going to have to use it in a defensive situation. That's only going to help to
And it's a lifetime warranty on this,
right,
too.
cause a little bit more pain there with that. You could always take a little piece of duct tape or electrical tape and wrap it around the end if it's something that you're concerned about. But for the most part, that's pretty solid construction here. Oh, look at that.
It bit him. Came back and bit him.
Look at that. That's crazy. So this was, I didn't even realize it. So I hit the wood, and when I did, it popped back and hit me in the wrist. I mean, I felt it, but it wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough, folks. Look at that.
It drew blood.
So that just gives you an idea the capability of this thing.
I mean, as far as maneuverability, not bad at all.
Yeah. So this thing, you can pick this up online at thestingertools.com. Thestingertools.com. We're going to throw a link in the description for you. But just to demonstrate, you might have noticed behind us there was an ugly pumpkin. And what we wanted to demonstrate is how effective this tool can be on thugs. Thugs that mean to do you harm. And we have a couple of thugs here with us today, and these ugly pumpkins are here to help represent these thugs and the effectiveness of this tool against these thugs. So without further ado, we have thug number one is Miss Nancy Pelosi. Okay, Evan is going to go ahead and demonstrate the effectiveness of this tool on the thug that we have here. Go ahead, Evan.
Boy, I got it right across the temple. Good grief.
So, I really thought it was going to go through, to be honest with you. It didn't, but it left a nasty mark. And again, if you look right there, you can see this little spot where that tip busted through, and you got some juice leaking out of there. Now, this is a fresh picked pumpkin, so you know, it hasn't been sitting, hasn't had any time to like rot or anything like that, so it's pretty tough. But we're gonna give it a couple more whacks and just kind of see what we can do to it. I tell you what, folks, my wrist where that came back, it hurts a little bit now. It's just, I don't know if just because I just noticed it and now I'm feeling it, but it hurts a little bit. I mean, it's gonna be, I think it's bruised. Go ahead.
So much for that picture.
Yeah, that's...
It ain't gonna stay.
Nope. All right, well, whoa, we can edit that out. All right.
I'm gonna go down on it.
Yep. All right, let's see what he did to it. Let's see what the damage is.
Oh, that's even more.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Again, folks, hard pumpkin here. And you can see, imagine that on skin. I mean, that thing would rock somebody. Absolutely rock somebody.
That would stop your opponent.
Let's
Big
see,
time.
go ahead and I don't know, do maybe a backhand with it? Like do a
cross.
yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, look at that. That was this one, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice little indent.
And that was just me going across. That, you know, just follow up. You don't have to. It's like a double-bladed knife. You know, you don't have to. Oh, here's a real ugly one.
So next, here's this
Feinstein.
This is another thug.
Gun grabber.
Right here. Evan, let's see. Here she comes, Evan. She's coming to take your guns. Oh!
He got me too.
It came back. It did. Look, show the camera.
It came back at me.
Look at that. See? This thing is dangerous, folks. Look. Canoed her a little bit there. Look at that. Let's see. Is it zooming in good enough? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's intense. And now Evan and I are both bleeding.
In the same place.
Yep, in the same place, right back on the wrist.
Right on that brachial nerve.
Now, you know, if you were hitting soft tissue, I'm not sure that thing would come back and hit you like that. But I don't know. That might be something worth reaching back out to the company and just kind of seeing. Now, I have seen other versions of this style weapon that are like spring-loaded and that sort of thing. This is the only one that I think that I've seen that.
This is actually, I would say, 50 state legal.
Yeah, yeah, and because it's not a Kubaton, it's not a baton, it's something completely different. Look at you bleeding like a
stuck hog.
Yeah. So, all right, come on, take it out on her for making you bleed. There we go. Oh.
That got my knee.
Let's take a look at it here.
That got my knee, guys.
Yep. This thing is dangerous, folks. This is not a toy.
No, it's not a toy.
Not a toy at all. At all. Again.
That's a hard one.
Freshly picked, hard pumpkin. And it's really, now again, this tool is not designed to take the place of a firearm, okay? This is a self-defense tool that you are going to use possibly in like security or law enforcement or just for self-defense.
Great against Antifa.
Right, you know, this is something, we're not advocating that you use this per se, but what we're showing you here is that this is an effective tool. Now
watch this.
All right, let's go ahead and pick that up to compare the damage. Here, pass that over here.
You're not surviving that.
Okay. This is a strike with the baton. If that was somebody's head, they wouldn't make it. This thing, that baton has killed people, okay? This whip, if you crack somebody in the head, it's gonna hurt really, really bad, but it's not gonna crack their head open like this, okay? It's not, it's gonna draw blood, obviously.
Yeah, we're both got the same mark.
Yeah, it's gonna draw blood, but it's not gonna kill the person like this most likely would have, or this would have put somebody in the hospital at least, okay?
Oh, they would definitely, you would be up on assault charges.
Now, lastly, I'm gonna give the whip a whirl here. This is another thug. I thought that this pumpkin, this gourd, was actually fitting for Mr. Beta Male O'Rourke. Okay, it kind of reminded me of him, and that's why I picked it. He is a thug as well. If you don't know who this man is, during the debates, he said, "Hell yes, we're coming for your AR-15s and your AK-47s." Okay, so this is like the worst of the thugs. Somebody who is not even hiding their intentions. He's coming straight for your guns, folks. And so, in defense of this thug, let's see what we can do. See how we can.
That'll work.
Yeah, that works right there. So, Mr.
Come at it at an angle. Coming at an angle, Andy.
So, let's see.
Got a little high there.
Yeah, but look, it cracked it though. Look at that.
Oh yeah, it put. Oh, good Lord, it did crack it.
Yep.
And that's fresh picked, y'all. And that comes from a Pennsylvania farmer right down the street.
Here we go.
Oh, a good one.
Look, it got me. Look at that.
Yeah.
See the welt?
At least it didn't draw blood.
No. I'm trying to think like how to do it without, because coming straight back, that's where you're getting that.
Yeah, come at an angle like I did.
So let's see. Let me see if I come in. There we go.
There you go.
Now I feel like I didn't get as much force on it there, but no, I got a decent little crack on it.
Right there, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding here. I mean, now this is harder than human flesh.
Now, again, with the glass breaker, okay, this is advertised as a glass breaker. Okay, this is not considered a weapon. However, it's an effective weapon. I mean, this little thing,
that'll mess you up.
That'll hurt right there, okay?
That will mess you up.
Again, not to mention the fact that it can be used for to apply pressure to a pressure point. Yep. So that's the other part of that. Now it comes with this little lanyard attached to it, comes with the belt clip. The Kubotan design is a good design for your fingers to fit in if you have normal size hands. For Evan, maybe not so much.
No, it works fine for even with my big monkey hand. You know, I got these real huge hands, and it fits just fine.
Yep.
And very comfortable to use.
So we definitely, when it comes down to the Stinger Tools Tactical Whip, we definitely recommend this as a viable self-defense option. Now, again, there is a couple of things that we are gonna just, some feedback that we're gonna give to the company. One is that fraying that's there. Now, again, this is not designed to hit shrubbery. This is not designed to hit pumpkins. This is designed as a self-defense tool against people who are seeking to do you harm. Or if you're in law enforcement or security industry, this is
security. Yeah, this is especially for security
to maybe enforce compliance. But this is not designed to hit shrubbery or to hit pumpkins with. So this fraying, it's not a huge concern to me because you're not going to be doing that in real life. This was a test, kind of a torture test, if you will. Just a plastic rubber coating that's around this thing. So again, if you're hitting things that are hard like that,
and you can melt that back too.
You could, yeah. Or like I said, a piece of electrical tape, a piece of duct tape around it, and it would be just fine. But again, that's not what you're going to be using this for, folks. So don't let that dissuade you as to the robustness.
Actually, it works out pretty good like that because
that's
the proof in the pudding.
That's what comes back and catches you. But that is gonna, again, if you were to hit somebody with just the tip of that when it's frayed like that, it's gonna be a lot worse than just that
just the tip.
Solid rubber end. Yeah, just the tip, right? Anyway, the Stinger Tools Tactical Whip, we definitely recommend as a viable self-defense tool. Check them out, thestingertools.com, and again, we will put a link down in the description. Let me make sure that's it. Yep, thestingertools.com. We're going to put a link down in the description for you to check them out. Definitely recommend. So
we thank Stinger for sending that to us.
Yep, definitely. And I'm Andy.
And I'm Evan.
Deplorable General,
over and out.